gaming in education, or better known as gamification. So, what is gaming in the classroom? Well, it really focuses on using game thinking and game mechanics to turn an otherwise quite boring task into something engaging and perhaps even competitive to kids. So, what role does this play in society? Well, this fast paced way of life and this fast paced technology trend that's hit almost every family in the world is using some type of gaming within their household. So, gaming and education will use what society is producing and continue that trend in the classroom. And if they don't have it, then it'll teach children that aren't as fortunate the ways of society and the growing and developing of technology and gaming in society. So, these are the age of mobile game players from 2007, 2009, and 2010. So in society, we can really see that over the past few years, even this being 6 years ago, that the age and the game usage has really spiked from the age of 13 to 17, which are middle schoolers. That is increasingly grown, and it just continues to grow. So if we can get those children in education or gaming in education, this is really just what they're using at home. So the importance of gaming in education, it's a must. Gaming is used to keep up with the trends of society. Like we were saying, so many kids are using gaming at home that it's not smart not to use it in the classroom. It's something that children know and enjoy, and they can apply the standards with this hobby, and it keeps them wanting to engage and learn. So this is a thing that shows, do educational video games actually work? And it says that 18% of teachers use games, but 95% of teachers use games that were created in the educational area. And over 50% of young people have played educational video games. So this is showing that educational video games are increasing in education. So there's different ways that they can be implemented. You can use achievements in the classroom, badges, levels and ranks, or leaderboards. So achievement in gaming, achievements, you're rewarded for collecting a certain number of items or collecting a certain number of coins. Well, this can also be used in education. You can be rewarded for good behavior, or you can be rewarded for a compliment. And after a child gets so many coins or rewards, they get a prize. So for badges in gaming, achievements in a game or milestones. So when you get to a certain level or when you get a certain number of points, you get a reward, maybe some extra food or another life. Well, it can be used in education. They can be a line leader or a hall monitor, have a ribbon, or wear a name tag for the day. So you can have levels or ranks. Now the next two you have to be really sensitive about, not to hurt a child's self-esteem, but gaming and processing the game and gaming keeps it going, and it gives you different special privileges at different levels. Well, in education, they could unlock different levels, and it'd be helpful if they created it so they want to do it. And leaderboards, again, you have to be really sensitive so one child doesn't see their name at the top of the list, whereas the others do. But in gaming, you get incentives to continue playing and to keep seeing their name at the top compared to others. So in education, it just keeps students on their constant A game, paying close attention to all their detail. Just maybe a chart in the room or a chart on the wall. So for some examples, achievements, it could be a classroom-wide, earn points for your class, maybe even grades. And these are hourglass figures that move the dots down, and it really just keeps them like seeing who's getting the most. Or this could be children, this could be grade level, this could be teachers in a different grade level, but it makes a sense of community and it gives them an incentive. Badges, this is like to keep them going to wear leader of the day or hall monitor or something of that nature. So levels or ranks, like I was saying, that this would be something for the children to decide, and they could choose what the music they would listen to, or wear a hat in the classroom, or help the teacher with a lesson. These can be used for younger grades, and you can make incentives for older grades as well, like who gets to go to lunch first, or maybe 5 points extra on a test. And here are the leaderboards. They can be used in the classroom. They can be used grade-wise, sometimes even school-wise. These can be posted in the cafeteria so each grade level can see where they're at for the day. But it honestly just keeps them wanting to do it because they see this progress. So for the standards, it meets the ISTE Standard 2 for design and develop digital age learning experiences for the teachers. And it is a creative communicators for the students. Standard 6, it helps them communicate and express themselves creatively for a variety of purposes and platforms. So the role of the teacher, using gaming and using games kind of makes the teacher a facilitator, and it's to fulfill that facilitator role. They'll actually use this technology to teach students. So this technology of gaming will be the way that students can look at this game and apply what the teacher has told them to help them build and analyze and learn more meaning and learn deeper into these different standards. So student learning, just some fun facts. How do you typically have students use digital games? Students can use digital games in so many ways, and it's really just what's available and what's helping them. They can use their Chromebooks if they have them in a group. They can do it alone. They can use these games at home because it's like they're playing games, but they're fun educational games. They can do in between lessons, or if the teacher was working with a small group, these children could use these games to still facilitate their learning but keep them occupied at the same time. This just shows some game statistics that 65% of U.S. households have played video games. And so why not use these techniques that are obvious in households for some learning? And it says 2 out of 5 gamers are females, which could be a little scary when using games in the classroom for females, but you would have to give them games that are interesting to them. Let them find those games, let them find those different techniques that they like to use that they would be interested in. And then, even though this is a little hard to read, it says, what qualities of games do you find most valuable? And this was for a teacher. This was asked of a teacher. And the top one, the most one that teachers were most interested in for gaming is that it motivates low-performing special ed students. This is a great way to get students that don't normally perform well or perform at all to get going, because it's not like they're doing a formal assessment. It also facilitates teaching mixed groups, because these games can go at their own level. It can go at their own pace. It can facilitate them in so many different ways. Students can use games independently. That's also a different way that they can go on their own level. It allows personalization of instruction. That's just another way that students can make it personalized for them. There's so many different ways that games can be used in the classroom. And not only in the classroom are these games used for like the way a classroom's set up. These games can also be used with like Chromebooks. The games can be used like to teach different lessons. Like it has here the benefits of video games. It honestly shows so many events, not only just setting it up like a video game, but here are the main ways that video games are effective. And it's a great way for students to be able to use them in the classroom because it can encourage physical activity. It can play pro-social games that can put them in real life situation. That have better vision, attention, and cognition. It says that it can test your memory skills, your eye-hand coordination. There are all kinds of different ways that it shows that video games are so predominantly effective in the classroom. So not only are these games effective in the way you set your classroom up, because kids are using them every day, be a great structure to use, but these games are also can be implemented on Chromebooks, computers, smartboards, many different ways that can help students to learn many different skills while they're having fun.